go for a ride. Ready or not.
This is before the haircut. We're gonna do a number 2 at top, a fade, and on the side is a 3 a.m. with the highborn 3D. Now we're gonna use the guard number 2. We're gonna use it all around, all around. That's how we're gonna do it first. We're gonna start from the side, normal, you know, like I'm using the magic clip, and yeah, pretty much. If everybody asks, a lot of people ask me why I like to use the magic clip. Well, it's because that's how good this machine it is to me. It goes to muscle all type of hair, and it's very flexible. We're gonna continue passing number 2 all around. Like I said, we're gonna do our number 2 on the side, and then we're gonna do the designs on the left side. We're gonna do the 3D highborn, and then on the side we're gonna do the 3 a.m. Only I'm adding like another one, so just, you know, I did it my own little style to it. But yeah, the 3 a.m. is inspired by Diego, the barber, and the 3 a.m. inspired by Famous. And yeah, right now we passing on number 2. Yeah, make sure you get the top 2. Make sure you go with the flow, and just make sure you do like small strokes, so that way no hair is left out. A lot of people like to do this right away, quick, and 1, 2, and 3 and out. A lot of barbers out there. So me personally, I go over and over and over, you know what I mean? I make sure that I get every single little hair and that it's completely even. Even though this machine cuts really nice, I still like to pass it, see? And I go with the angle, you know, with the flow of the hair, and I look for those hair, make sure that every angle is taken care. Once again, the Famous Pump It Up is an instant freeze hair in place. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna throw some in the, you see, in the front on the box out. And the reason why I do that is because once you spray it and you blow dry it, you know, then the next step is to blow dry right there. All right, and when you do that, what it does is when you're about to do the line up with the trimmer, it picks it up really nice. It sounds really nice and crunchy, is what I like to say. Watch the next step. We're gonna use the Cool Care, and we're gonna use the T outliner, the Andes, and wipe it off. So we're gonna start right from the middle, and we're gonna work ourselves to the left side. All right, and we use that corner, and right there we're gonna leave it right there, and then that corner, and then the other corners, we're gonna use those corners and look right there. Now we're gonna work with that T, and we're gonna start, that's like the point to draw the arch right there, and we wanted to leave it, to give it a nice, you know what I mean, like he want the sideburns. He told me to leave the sideburns. Even though we're gonna fade it, we're still gonna leave the sideburn as the client's request. And yes, you know, with each corner, if you look, I'm using each corner to basically draw what I'm trying to do. And you see how nice and clean the line up, the shape up is coming. That's only take a couple of times, go over and over, and then right there. Now we're gonna go behind the ear, and once again, you see the corner, I'm using that corner, and then I use the other corner, and then with the left hand, see, that's the corner that I'm gonna use, and then with that finger I grab the ear, and then with that corner, like I said, I do the arch. And then if I don't grab it or it's uncomfortable, then I switch it to the other corner of the notice, you see, behind the ear, we're gonna stay as much natural. We use the flat to do the flat. You see what I'm saying? Right there. We're not gonna put it to all the way in. We're just gonna leave it as natural as possible. Yeah, and then, you know, up, facing up, we just scrape all the hair, and then nice and gentle, you grab the ear, and with the corners of the trimmer, both side corners, clean everything, and with the brush clean everything. Now we're going to the other side, same thing, we just use the flat to do the flat for the side, to do the sideburns right there, and then we're gonna use the corner. So yeah, this angle you can see it better. You see how I'm using the corner of the T to do the drawing. You know what I mean? I'm using both hands just make sure that my mirrors are controlled. Some people could do it freely with one hand. Me, I'm just a different type of character when I do my thing. But yeah, you see, we try to keep natural everything outside and clean it as much possible. Right there, see, right there, and then go over until the eye let you know that everything is the way that you like it. You know what I mean? At this point, right there, I'm still getting it to the way that I like it. Now we're using the corner of the trimmer right there. Now we're gonna do the arch around the ear. Notice it with one finger on my left hand. With my finger, I grab it. So once we grab the ear with the finger, we're gonna go flat, straight, down, and really up. So at this point, we're using the T outliner, and like I said, the reason why I like the T outliner is because you see with the corner, I could draw what I want to draw. It's easy than other machines, and to me, the engine is a lot powerful and whatnot. Right now, I'm just doing, as you can tell, I'm just doing the arch. I started skinny, and it's gonna go right up to his ear right there. Then we're gonna shoot up, and we're gonna stop it right where the arch start bending. At this point, I thought that I was getting, the view, that I was getting the right view, but I got in the way right there a little bit. So right there, I'm just doing exactly where I wanna to do the arch of it. Don't worry if at first doesn't want to grab or whatnot. Eventually you're gonna trace it more and more. You just want to have at least what is that you wanna get. You know what I mean? Like for example, right there, get that right there. It may not look right now as stupendous or the best, but what you're doing is you having got a line right now that you're trying to do. See, at this point, I made it a lot thicker, and don't worry, because once I do the shadows and all that, it's gonna take more shape. And right now we just doing, right there. We're gonna curve it in a minute. See, I'm just trying to, right there. I want to get it to get a nice curvy, and with the corner, each corner, you see how with each corner, let me grab what I wanted to grab, and that's, look, right there, and eventually I will go. You don't want your lines to be thick all the way completely the same. You want them thick and then turn thin, like right there is turning a little bit thin right there. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna grab right there, and we got that going on. Now we're gonna trace and we're gonna clean as much as possible. See, now we're gonna clean all those little corner right there again. Clean that little corner, and then there's a little, let me see, right there. We're gonna keep grabbing and passing it over and over and over. Alright, and every little detail counts. So right there, we're just gonna grab that little corner right there and here. So this is the other line we're gonna throw. It's gonna be right, we're gonna give a nice flow to it. We're gonna throw it up to there. Like I said, do not worry if at first the machine doesn't want to cut. But that's our second line right there. Right? And you want to make sure it flows. That's one of the things. No matter if the line is too too thin or too thick or whatever, as long as you have a nice flow. Right now we got a nice flow. Now we're gonna do another line right in the middle, right there, because we're gonna divide that, and we're gonna do like a fade in and fade out in between in those two lines that I create. And then later on, right, we're gonna throw another line. So at this point I'm doing like a guideline, a small one, not too thick, but this one is thin, and it's gonna go right up to right there. You know what I mean? At times the trimmer doesn't want to look like it's grabbing, but you gotta, you know, trace it and trace it over. Then we're gonna do another line right there, and we're gonna extend a little bit there because that's gonna be the shadow right there of the high bone. Don't worry, right? All that is gonna get fade in. So if one line looks thicker than the other, don't sweat it, because later on you will see what I'm trying to do. So then you're gonna do another line under it, because we're gonna try to take out and do this. You see this shadow that I'm doing, that's gonna make the 3D effect. And then we're gonna keep it really outside the other guideline. Let me see right there. Hold on a second. See right under it. See what I'm saying? And all that is gonna be taken out anyway. See it? Watch in a minute. See, all that is gonna be faded out. I mean, it's gonna be shaved. Now, like I said, with the corner of the other of the trimmer, we're gonna draw, and we're gonna go the thickness right there. Then we're gonna go on top. We're gonna kind of emphasize that little bit. And my beard is in the way. Jeffrey, your beard is in the way. They can't see Jeffrey. Well, the whole point is that, watch this now. All this with the T outliner, all that, once you make that guideline, the little thin one, then you can shave the rest. So yeah, you're gonna shave that, all that. You're gonna go under real nice and gentle. Make sure you don't erase the other line, because the other line, the little thin one, is gonna give it a nice, you know what I mean, frame to it. And then the sideburns, we're gonna need the sideburns. Now we're gonna go and shave right under it right there. You see that? All that is taken out. And see how right away it's taking the 3D effect? You see that? Right now we're just gonna so then we're gonna go up top, and we're gonna grab those little hair, right, and that border, and make it more clear with the corners, and we're gonna start tracing it and making it more defined, get it more really defined. And the other lines, that's what I'm doing right now. Make sure that every line is right where I want it to be. We're gonna grab the razor, and we're gonna start tracing it. No gel whatsoever, nice and dry, because once it's nice and dry, you get a better grip of everything that you wanna to basically clean. Like at this point, you see I'm cleaning every single little thing really nice. All right, and right there, you know what I mean, we're gonna get much detailing with the blade and dry. And right now, see, we're just doing that, get it that little corner, and we're scraping it and getting it more defined. That's what I'm trying to say. Same thing, like that corner, we're gonna get a little bit more wider right there, and then right there we're gonna sink it in a little bit, and then right here we're gonna make that line a little bit thicker. All right, and then the other lines right there, we're gonna get all that scraped up. All that, we're gonna get it scraped up. All that scraped up, except the sideburns. Remember, he wants the sideburns. And then we're gonna get more defined right there. All right, yeah, and then we get a little bit right there, and we're gonna get that, and we're gonna define it. See, with the finger, I stretch the skull. And then with the corner, hold on, I'm not showing the next video because I'm in the way. So yeah, we're gonna continue with the blade, right? And we're gonna clean all those line, making it more defined. So see, right now we just defining more those line, cleaning them, nice and a little by little. Now we're gonna scrape all that right there and right there. You see that? All that is gonna be scraped out. Make sure, even though there's no gel, make sure you put a new blade, right? Because with the new blade, it scrape everything nice and neat. And make sure you do it nice and slow in that area behind the ear too. Right now, we're just gonna go and do the same thing. Again, we're gonna use the corner of the blade. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure that every line flows. You know what I mean? And grabbing, and you see how with my left hand, I kind of like grab the skull and tighten it. And then with the corner of the right side of the blade, I do my drawing. You know what I mean? I do my scraping. And then with the comb, I wipe it off. Um, I have a tendency to always wipe the axis of my hair, of the hair on my hand, which is not good. It's just I've been doing it for so many years. I try to always avoid to do that, but I always can catch myself doing it. But please don't do it. Even though I preach it, see, even though I preach it, I don't do it. But do it for me, please, and always remind me not to do it. But yeah, right now we just scraping all that right there. You see that? Now we're gonna throw the all the line again. We're gonna use the TL liner, and we're gonna bring it more up. Right? We're gonna bring it, and we're gonna bring it right to the corner, or where the box out end, right there. And just do it nice and gentle. You don't have to, the line is thin, but we're gonna make it later more thicker. Now you see it was up, right? And we're gonna go one more time. See, we're gonna trace it one more time. All right, little by little, and don't press it too hard. Just nice and gentle, and it will come up. See, and then if you have to go, I could go another one, but well, let's do another one. Why not? It may seem like a lot of lines, but you will see later on how it's gonna look when I fade it in. Right now, we're just gonna trace again with the blade. We put a new blade, and now you see that. Now we opening, scraping it right there. Keep scraping it. Turn a little bit more so you guys see better what I'm trying to say and then do. And you see that I'm giving it like a nice flow to it, those lines. Then scrape it right there, real nice and gentle. Right there, scrape all that. Alright. There we go again. Then with the hand. You're gonna notice through the video, but yeah. Now we're gonna go right there again, nice and gentle. Right there, we're gonna scrape that. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna continue once again with the next line. And you see what I'm saying? Don't worry if the trimmer doesn't print it right. At the end of the day, with the blade you could obtain the width of the line with it. Same thing, we're gonna go to the top line. We're gonna trace that. If you see at times that the blade is not cutting, you're gonna notice it's gonna give you a hard time. Always switch the blade. You don't wanna make the client feel uncomfortable. So always change the blade as much as possible, or as much needed. That's what I'm trying to say. Now we're gonna use the magic clip, and this is where it's gonna get fun for me, and I like it. Now we're gonna use the 116, right? And we're gonna fade in that part right there, and we're gonna do like a mini fade. So we're gonna go by stages, mini fade right there. We're gonna go right there, and then open the lever to leave it a little darker. So you go from 116 completely, and then once you get into the actually we're gonna switch it. It's open lever, and we're gonna make it a little more tighter, and then we're gonna close the lever a little bit, right there, and we're gonna make it a little, open the level, and then we're gonna use the corner until you see the transition of the little fade on the first line. Now we're going backward. We're gonna go really really tight, well, almost like a tight, and we're gonna go use right there, and you see that we're gonna go really 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 nice tight, and then we're gonna use the corner, and we're gonna open the level, you see that right there, and brush it. Now we're gonna use make it a little more tighter because I wanted to have more definition. Then the corners, open the lever and use the corner to get that better blend in right there. And then what we're gonna do right now is use the 116 again, the 116 to that area to take that boldness and open level, so 116 and a half. All right, now we're gonna use the number one. The number one, we're gonna go right there to take that darkness so it won't be so dark right there. There we go. And you keep going with the flow of the hair. You see, you notice the hair goes down, you go up. Now we go again, really, really tight. All right, make it a little more tighter. And then as we go into the middle, we open the lever of the machine. You see that? We open it until we got that nice fade in, blend in. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna still kind of bugging me right here, so I still blending. You notice how I have the hand on my level, and then the corner, I'm using the corner. Now we're gonna leave that right there. We're gonna take that off, make it lighter. So we're gonna go safe. We're gonna use the number one. We're gonna use the number one. We're gonna safe, move the ear with the finger, with the thumb, and then we're gonna light it, see, with the one, just to go safe. We don't want to go hard right away. Then we go with the 116, and we're gonna go more lighter again right there. You see what I'm saying? Until we get that thing, and then once you get to the middle, you don't want to take too much of the middle right there, because then you will not see the transition. You just want to take more at the end. Right now I'm using now the half, and I'm staying in that corner on the right side. And then as I go to right there, that section, I'm using like the corner and only the half, the lever. Then I close the lever again and I go tighter. All right. I put the finger under my blade so I could have a better steady control. It's a way that I do my thing. Now we're gonna go the other one, which is we're gonna make that light right there. So we go back and forth. You see what I'm saying with the fade, the transition of the fade. So now we're gonna make that light right there, right? We started with the half, and at the beginning we're gonna go really like less than half, right? Now we're gonna use the number one, right? The level close, and we're gonna go pass it right in the middle, right? And brush it, right? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch it now to 116, and we're gonna make it a little bit more tighter, right there. You know what I mean? And then open the level so it's 116 and a half, right? And we're gonna leave that other rest dark, so it could give the definition of the darkness with the sideburns. Even if you want to bring it down a little bit, you could go do so, maybe like a one. You know what I mean? You don't want to look so dark. You know what I mean? At this point, I didn't want to leave it too dark, but right there, no less than that. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go the second, the other fade in, which is that angle, because you know from that dark you want to leave the other part light. So now we're gonna start with a 116. I could go tight, but I want to go safe than too tight. You know what I mean? So right now I'm just taking that much right there, right there, up to half. Then I go switch. Now I'm gonna use the one again, and we're gonna do it right there. See, right there, right there, right. And then wipe it off, brush it off with the brush, obviously. Now we're gonna go with the half. See, I open the level, that's half with no guards, and that's half. And we're gonna go right, started right from right there. You know what I mean? Right there. So yeah, we go right away again. We're still going over, you know, and then we go right there again in the bottom. So we're going working backwards right now. We went from back, forward, forward, back, down. And yeah, we keep doing that. We just got at this point, I'm just trying to make sure that I see the blend ins coming in. I'm using the 116 right there, right there, trying to get that little darkness out of there so it will not look so much dark. Now we're gonna use the 90 edition 9 Andy, and this one, like I said, the blade is a Fade Master blade, which means it's really I mean tight. I could get even tighter. So right there where I need to get it more tighter, right there where I'm doing it, you see, and then when I open the lever and do the corners, I'm getting like a better, more, see, I'm getting it more lighter right there. The more lighter, you don't want it too light that then you don't see the two lines in between. You see that? Because then you will lose the you need the shadow. You need the 5 o'clock shadow, but it still needs to be light. That's what I'm saying. And now I'm taking, still have to blend in. I wanna see how it's getting that nice thing. Right now I'm using that area right there. Make sure that it goes a little tighter. My magic clip cannot get the tightness as this machine right here, the Andy. So you always need that extra machine. So now what we're gonna do is that part right there, it needs to fade in. So it's gonna give like that nice like if it was a fade before it was made, the the design. So now we're gonna see how we kind of making a nice blend to it. Still a lot to go. Now we're gonna go jump to the 116. We're gonna take that darkness right there, and you see that we're gonna take that, and little by little it's taking all that. You know what I mean? It's taking it. Now we're gonna switch to the half, right? And we're gonna go right under right there, because I see some borders and some light, and I don't want that to be too dark. And kind of like I'm doing a fade, but mini type fade, to kind of take away the boldness of the line that it was made from. You know what I mean? I could have left it right there, but I wanted to make sure the fade is showing up under the design. I mean, on top of the design. Now I'm going, number one, we're gonna take that darkness right there. You see that? And we're gonna go with the flow where the hair goes that way. As my hand is going with the machine that way, that means that hair is going that way. So you see that? And I'm doing the blend in, taking all that bulkness right there, taking that bulkness. See, little by little. We're gonna go 116, and definitely we're gonna go again with the corner, and we're gonna take that bulkness that I see that right there. All right, we're going corners by corner, little by little, right, and white and brushing it. So now we're gonna go back again with the Andes, because my magic clip wouldn't grab it the way that I like to. So now we're going close lever, and we're going small strokes, and we're gonna get those little borders that are bugging me. So now we see we're getting those and closing now. See, the lever is completely closed, but I'm using only the corner, as you could tell. All right, so I close it again, and I'm gonna right there, and I'm gonna open it a little bit right there. And I got one of my co-workers, another barber. He's liking and giving me props for the design and whatnot. But yeah, right now you see the fade in. Now we're gonna still have to right there pass it right there, because I see the bulkness, and I want to make sure I get the nice transition right there, that corner, that shadow right there. You see that? You see? Boom. And I close it, right? And right there. Now I starting to like the transition coming. But right now I want to close it more and get that much detail right there. See, because when the fade shows up, it's gonna get a better more. Now I'm even going tighter with the TL liner to erase some of the lines that I still see. And at this point, I'm even going backwards, because they too printed, but see, it kind of took it away. So now we're going with the 116. Let me show you 116, and we're gonna go right on top of it right there. And we're gonna do the same thing that I did on the side. You know what I mean? We're gonna continue to take it right there, taking that boldness right there where I'm showing. You see that? We're gonna use the 116 and a half with the open lever. And that's what we're doing right now. Right there. And you keep doing small stroke. You don't wanna do it too much, too big. But right there. Now, see what I'm saying? Right there. And you wanna leave that, you don't wanna completely take it out the second outer line, because that give it like a nice define to it. But you want to make sure you take the darkness and blend it in. So yeah, now we're still using the magic clip, and definitely we're going right there. You know what I mean? That close lever, we're gonna take all that boldness right that section. We're gonna make that lighter right there. And see, I'm taking it right there, those little by little, right there, right there. So we're gonna take all that boldness right there. We're gonna take that darkness, and then we're gonna fade in like a normally fade would be. You know what I mean? We're using the half with the open lever, and then right there, we're gonna keep fading, right there, and then right there we make it tighter with the magic clip right there. Now, see, watch. We're gonna go that section right there. Right, we're gonna go tight. We're using not almost zero, but like semi-zero of the magic clip. Now we're gonna switch it to the 116, and we're gonna take that boldness right there. That's what we go do the blend in. And by doing this fade, see right there, we're gonna use the 1.5. I mean the 116 and a half, and we're gonna use the corner and at times flat, but we faded it in. So by doing that, you see that I just add more style to it. It has many blend in to it. It adds a little more crispiness to it, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, we keep fading it. You know what I mean? At this point, we're gonna use the number one in that section where I see darkness. So one, we're gonna pass it right there. The number one, right there. As you could tell, right there, we're gonna pass it. Now we're gonna use again the without clip, the magic clip with no guards. That's what I meant to say. And we're gonna go right there, right in the bottom, tight. We go tighty right there. We go tighty right there. Small stroke. And as we keep going there, now I open the lever. You see what I'm saying? And I take that boldness. Again, I use the little corner. It's like a drawing, and then we go back again, back and forth. So we go 116, and we're gonna take that right there, right there. There we go, and we're gonna work all the way through that line, like that. You see what I'm saying? Now we're gonna use the Andy right there, and we're gonna shade that. We already passed the blade, but we're gonna make it even smoother. That's my man right there, Black. He's really good guy right there. He always want to learn, and always open for suggestion, and always willing to learn too. And he's just giving me, props, how nice he's coming. And it helps that I got good barbers right now that they don't hate, they congratulate. So big shout out to my boy Black right there, him. He's just noticing how he's looking, giving prop, you know what I mean? Now we're gonna do his box out. He's laying down, and you're gonna see how much crispiness we could take out of that box out. And look at, with the design, the 3D design, look at how nice that arch. You know what I mean? I could do it backward too, but I didn't want to. I was like, nah, you know what? Just let it be. Right there, let it be like that. And now, we keep doing the shape of, as usual. As usual, right there. We keep scraping it. You see how with my left hand, my tongue, I stretch the skin. I always have the combs with me, just so that way I could wipe whatever comes across. And make sure you keep your client nice and comfortable. At this point, I have him laying down. He's relaxing. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fix his goatee. It's all over the place. He likes to leave alone the bottom, and we're gonna clean all the facial hair and whatnot. We're gonna take those little hair that goes inside of his mouth, with that T outliner, the Andes gray machine, and we're gonna keep it as natural as possible. He don't want it too thin either. Um, Everything that I'm doing is his request. Some people always like, oh, you shouldn't do it like this, or you should do the goatee more, this and that. People have to understand. Just because I'm a barber and I'm doing what I'm doing, it's not that I chose to do that because it's my face, it's my hair. No, just he's the one that requested. He's the one that's telling me they want a certain way, so I do as the client tell me to do, not as I wanted to do. That design, he saw it. He asked me if I could do it, and I was like, of course I could do it. So I put it right there, and I do it. Same thing with the goatee, the eyebrows, anything that I do. The other day I had a comment with a comment on one of the guys saying, "Oh, that beard doesn't look good like that. You should go lower and this." And I tell him, I'm like, "Listen, so you mean to tell me if you sit in my chair and you tell me leave the beard and I go and I take it off? Do you think that that would be cool?" That's not that. I'm not doing my job. Even though I'm a barber, I'm not doing my job at this point because I'm not really pay attention to details. What is that you want? So everything that I'm doing or every video that I've done is customer request. Is what they ask, not what I want. So right now we're doing the arch. We clean the excess of hair. Remember, this area right here with the eyebrows is very, very crucial. It's very sensitive. So always, you see how I stretch it with my thumb? You know what I mean? The skin, I stretch it right there, and then I do everything else. You know what I mean? With the blade. Now I wipe it up, and then I wipe it. See, with the combs, I keep coming with those long hairs, and you gotta pay attention. Those hair does matters because if you leave them, they're just gonna look like you never did the eyebrows. And every little detail counts. Every how you do the eyebrows, how you do the shape up, the lineups. You see that? Look, that little corner. So this is him when he came to the barbershop. This is the before the look, right? And then he asked me, "Can you do this design?" I was like, "Sure." So this is how it look. It's called the highborn on the left side, and on the right side is the 3 a.m. Only I add a couple of to it. Thank you for tuning in and watching my video. I hope you like it. Please like it, share it. Let me know your thoughts, and peace. Have a good night.